I welcome you one and all to the series. I wish to invite you to reflect with me on the book of Genesis, chapter 42, verse 21, where the brothers of Joseph said among themselves, "Clearly we are being punished because of what we did to Joseph. We saw the anguish of his heart when he pleaded with us, yet paid no attention. That is why this anguish has now come upon us." The theme is the conscience. And it is my aim to identify ways that we still fail to pay heed to the cries of people who suffer because of our choices or because of our actions. The conscience, as we know, is that inner voice that speaks to us or prompts us when, for instance, something is going wrong. But the question is, how attentive are we to the voice of the conscience? Is our conscience alive or dead? And if it is dead, what wakes it up? With the experience of pain, the brothers of Joseph now feel the anguish they put their brother through. They see a connection between what is happening to them and when they sold their brother. It took the experience in Egypt for them to become remorseful, for them to feel guilty for what they did against their brother. Let us for a moment think about when they said, "We saw the anguish of his heart." In other words, they noticed how emotionally and psychologically broken or wounded Joseph was when he pleaded with them. Yet, they ignored it. They saw how he was dying slowly, yet paid no attention. They preferred to act like enemies to him. The point is, when we fail to act as brothers and sisters to the weak or to the vulnerable, God will one day hear their cry and the tables will turn. The question is, now that we have influence, now that we have power, now that we have money, are we hearing the cry of the weak or the cry of the vulnerable in the family or in the society? In the family, for instance, when our spouses are in anguish because of our actions or inactions, do we notice their pain? When our parents are in anguish due to the wrong choices we make as children, do we notice their pain? As parents, are we conscious of the excruciating pain or the emotional trauma we put our children through when we are unable to ensure the unity of the family? Are we seeing the anguish? Or like the brothers of Joseph, we like to wait till after 22 years when we ourselves are in a similar situation? Must we wait until we are in anguish ourselves? A couple, for instance, has a happy family. Then what happens? The man starts having an extramarital affair and ignores the pain and the disunity it brings upon the family. The anguish of the wife and the children is ignored. This goes on for a while until the new partner disappoints him. Then he wakes up to the reality of what he had put his family through. Why must we become remorseful only after we encounter a similar ordeal we have put others through? Doesn't it make forgiveness very difficult? Surely it does. So are we seeing the anguish in the eyes of our children as parents? Are we seeing the anguish in the eyes of our spouses? And as children, are we seeing the anguish in the eyes of our parents? And are we listening to the voice of conscience by paying heed to the anguish? Or like to wait, like the brothers of Joseph, for famine to strike before we come to our consciences? Let us listen to the voice of our consciences now, before it becomes too late. God bless you.